two picks in the top 10 at 4 and 8. ESPN college basketball analyst Fran Fraschilla.
They desperately need help in the backcourt. They need scoring and shooting around Big Victor. There's even some talk that they'd be willing to take if Klingon is there, or even if Sarr drops from 2, the other French kid, that they may be willing to go Twin Towers. Historically, it's been done before down there with Robinson and Duncan.
Fran Fraschilla on Carlin versus Joe. Draft coverage 7 Eastern ESPN Radio, 8 Eastern ABC and ESPN. Star forward Alex Morgan left off the U.S. women's national team's 2024 Olympic roster. First time she's not on Team USA's roster for a major tournament since the 2008 Olympics, before she made her debut for the squad. Hockey Hall of Famer Glenn Sather retiring after a 45-year career as an NHL executive. The last 24 years spent with the Rangers.
As humans, we like having options. One option you might like is speaking with a real person when you call about your credit card. With 24/7 live, U.S.-based customer service from Discover, everyone can talk to a real person anytime, day or night. Limitations apply. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Live from the Anajar and Levine studios, Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. Who is this guy? Aaron Shafting? What is it? Oh, Schachter? Schachter. Okay. Shack Attack. Schachter. He gets shacked. But I digress. Here we go.
You ready? Yeah. Turn up your radio.
The Aaron Schachter Show on ESPN 690.
What up? It's the Aaron Schachter Show. How y'all doing? Got some energy on me today, Brian. Feeling good. Not often that happens.
Not often at all.
You guys called me out yesterday for being an angry little man. Well, I didn't get called little. Technically, that was Terry and Pete Prisco.
He's so messy.
No, I'm recapping.
So messy.
They tell us that in the radio school. They say, hey, reset and recap. Don't you have something to do? I'm not trying to distract you. I'm not trying to distract you. Yesterday was a fun show. Yesterday was all kinds of fun.
It really was.
Had a good time. And wouldn't you know it, yesterday's special guest, News Queen Michelle Thibodeau, she will be back today for a previously scheduled game. Normally we play Survey Says on Fridays.
Yeah.
But Michelle's got business to attend to. I think she's got some rich relative she needs to hop on a private jet with or something.
6'5".
With blue eyes, yes. I don't know what she's got going on. It's not really my business. To be honest, I really don't care. Michelle does whatever she does and she gets out of here. It's fine.
Okay.
Not my business. I'm just saying she'll be in here today. That's my business. To lose to me. And Survey Says.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you meant your business was going to be losing or her business was to lose.
Her business is lose. She got crushed yesterday.
Okay. She did, man.
She got crushed yesterday.
Terrible at that.
Hopefully I can keep the streak going today.
Did she have a TV in the 1980s?
Apparently not. Sitting here talking about Mork and Mindy and growing pains ad nauseum. Relax.
If she said Mork and Mindy one more. If she said growing pains one more time.
Stop with the growing. I love the show too. Stop it.
Someone called Kirk Cameron. I met your biggest fan yesterday.
We'll also talk a little about Jeremy Renner today. Weird topic, I know. It's out of left field, but I read a story in Men's Health magazine, the online version, because obviously magazines aren't really a thing anymore. But man, Jeremy Renner recounting pretty much having his face flattened by a snow tank is a wild story. And I plan to read it to you word for word. All of the uncomfortable tidbits. Wild story. Made me shiver when I read it. Literally sitting at my desk today, people walking by my office, I'm like, ah! And they're looking at me like, what? What's happening? I'm like, oh, this story's crazy. I've also got some info on Chris Brown. I had a story from a couple of weeks ago I didn't get to. And now there's new Chris Brown info out there, courtesy of TMZ. Topic matter might be a little too hot for TV, so we're going to do this before Michelle Thibodeau gets in.
Why?
I'm afraid she might get out of control.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know if you heard her Hawk Tua content the other day.
And you got kids about to go to college.
You know what I mean? So
you can't afford that.
We're going to do this Chris Brown story about, let's just call it his manhood, his essence. And we're going to do that without Michelle Thibodeau so we can stay out of trouble. But first and foremost, speaking of manhood, Speaking of essence, how about the essence of radio in Jacksonville? I would like to welcome one of my best buds to the radio right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the most important man in the last 20 years at News 104.5 WOKV. Welcome Regg Jones to the Aaron Schachter Show.
Hey, yeah, I just want to say thanks. This is North Beach Richie here, and I just wanted to say thank you.
This is his sports talk radio bit right here. You're supposed to go first time, long time, quack, quack.
I just wanted to give South Bank Gary some love from the North Bank.
I don't really know who South Bank Gary is, but I'll tell him if I see him.
No, he's South Bank. He's not South Beach. He's South Bank.
Oh.
You just can't hear him.
I guess not. South Bank Gary. All right. I wonder
South
if he'll
Bank
take
Gary,
that as an insult.
Not at all. He shouldn't.
I mean, he
should be
would.
Celebrating today.
He would. I'm just saying that's the kind of guy he is. But in any case, Rich, I'm having you on the show because you've been a busy bee the last couple of days. You've been working real hard to get in front of the stadium approval story, whether it's previewing the vote that was taking place yesterday or your coverage in the aftermath, or even parts of your coverage that are super secret. I'm not allowed to say them. Super secret. But I did want to have you on the phone to talk about what you can discuss. So if you wouldn't mind, Radio Regg, if you could reset for us the scene, what has taken place over the last 24 hours?
Well, I think there's a general exhale from all of the people, and it's not just like the names that have been in the news and on TV and on social media the last, 8 months. Mark Lamping from the Jaguars, Mike Weinstein from the city, Mayor Deegan. There's hundreds of people who are behind the scenes, the grinders every day, who have been a part of the overall stadium negotiations. And really today has been an opportunity, I think, for everyone to catch their collective breath and realize the gravity of what just happened. And I think when you look back at Jaguars history in the city of Jacksonville, there are going to be these inflection moments. No doubt, the moment in 1993 when Paul Tagliabue, then the NFL commissioner, announced that Jacksonville had won the franchise. And from Wayne Weaver all the way down to every single person who was a part of that mayoral administration and all of the people in Jacksonville who were a part of bringing the team here, and the headline of "We Did It," that was the moment in Jaguars history because it put them on the map and brought them here. This is as important as that moment, and it's one of the main reasons why the headline by the Jaguars social media team, and just about everywhere you can probably look at Miller Electric Center these days, is "We did it again." And this is a significant moment in Jaguars and Jacksonville history. It's more than a shiny new stadium. It's more than a scaled down, but still millions of dollars in community benefits agreement for parks and investment. But it's a 30-year commitment from the Jaguars to the city of Jacksonville. This keeps the Jaguars here for generations so that Aaron and your and my kids can be lifelong Jags fans and not just for a short period of time. And it's significant. The vote was significant, 14-1, nearly unanimous. There were only a couple of abstentions because of some conflicts of interest and two city council members who were not there for the vote who had specific reasons for it. But about as non-controversial as one would anticipate. I think everyone's breathing their collective breath. In fact, we heard the mayor earlier today saying this is a day to exhale and really celebrate.
Yeah, speaking of that, Mayor Deegan was making commentary after the council meeting, and they asked her, the opening question in these press conferences are always so funny because sometimes it's almost like you need an icebreaker there. And the reporter chose, "Hey, Mayor, how you feeling?" This is what she said.
Mayor, how you feeling?
I feel pretty darn proud and excited. This is a historic day for our city, and I'm just, as I said to the council, this is what we can do when we all row together and we focus on a goal together. I mean,
I'll say this as she continues here, and I'm not sure if you can you hear that audio, Rich, that we were playing?
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome.
Got it.
The one thing I love about what I was hearing out of the mayor's mouth in this press conference, and I'm not in tune with her politics, to be quite frank with you. I don't live in Duval. I don't vote in the Duval elections. I'm on the outer fringes. I don't got to concern myself with Mayor Deegan's administration. That being said, you don't hear words like Republicans and Democrats when talking to this politician about the work that just got done. As a matter of fact, Mayor Deegan was very quick to appreciate and congratulate all parties involved without identifying where they stood. This was literally just someone who works for a local government talking about how local government came to benefit the people. And I did appreciate that messaging from her a little bit.
Yeah, and I think beyond that, Aaron, the other thing that stands out in this whole process has been, and hey, I don't have an opinion per se in the same sort of ways that you don't, and I shouldn't have an opinion based on my role, but I think we all have opinions about where we live in this community, and we want the best for the community where our kids are going to school and we're raising our families and where our livelihoods are made. And overall, big picture, the way that the Jaguars from the top down really showed their investment in the community throughout this process, I think says a lot about the long-term commitment to Jacksonville. You know, one of the things that has stood out to me in just listening to reaction throughout the day today, and even a really close friend of mine who is a lifelong Jacksonvillian who...
I moved here only like 21 years ago. I think you got that one wrong.
Jacksonvilleite?
No, I'm just saying I'm not a lifelong. I'm a really good friend. I'm just not a lifelong Jacksonvillian.
Yeah, exactly. You're not you're not the one I'm talking about.
Oh.
This is the guy whose parents you're close, but not that close.
Cool.
This is the guy whose parents were season ticket investors from the first season. So he grew up with this team. This is his New York Jets for you. This is his Detroit Lions for me. Hometown team, right?
Sure, yeah.
And his quote when we were talking about it today was "over the moon excited." And I think that is the general feeling of the fan base. And the other one is what was the sound you made about Huck Tui or something like that? To the national news image of Jacksonville as being the city that can't do. And I think the Jaguars and I think the city and all the big voices who are behind this are saying, take that, look at what we can do, and look at what we just did. Granted, it's not fully approved. The NFL owners do need to sign on to it, 75% approval in the fall. It seems like that's the formality at this point.
You know what I mean? It feels like the whole thing was a formality, Rich. It feels like the vote was a formality. It felt like the huddles and discussions were a formality. It felt like the real consternation was in the negotiation. And once that was handled, the rest of it was just kind of little dips and drabs and tits and tats.
Well, and I think one of the biggest things is because of the mechanism to pay for it, where there isn't technically a tax increase. Yes, taxpayer money goes into this, about $830 million so far between the stadium and then the portion that the city council ultimately funded in this as a portion for parks improvement and the like under that community benefits agreement. But because it merely is, and not to discount, this is tax money, this is money out of our pocket, but to merely extend the Better Jacksonville plan to the original sunset deadline of 2030 and using that as the mechanism to pay for projects that have already been, for lack of a better description, approved and in the pipeline, and then to use the revenue for the Jaguar Stadium. So there's no ask to the community to pay more for this stadium out of their pocket tomorrow. I think that muted a lot of the potential of negativity, controversy, and it really did feel as though, I don't want to say, you know, the skids were greased for this, but it really seemed as though everyone was on the same page from the word go, and they were all working to get to a yes. And I think it's a credit to all of the people who were involved in this.
I do think it's interesting that at the time we're doing this here in Jax, there are other cities doing the same with differing results. You got the Kansas City Chiefs conversation with their municipality. The vote was a referendum from the people as opposed to a city council vote. That was not approved. The owner now threatening to move. You have the state of Kansas now trying to woo the Chiefs over from, I believe, the state of Missouri, Kansas City straddling both. You've got the Buffalo Stadium conversation, and I'm unsure, I think Buffalo is as well, where that stands at this point. The Carolina Panthers owner David Tepper, we're very familiar with that jerk here throwing cups of liquid at people at the stadium. He went and asked his town for, $750 million, and it didn't look like it was on the track to be approved. And then suddenly, I did see headlines this week that they did pass a pretty big hurdle there. I think Nashville is in the middle of doing something like this. A lot of these stadiums now are having these discussions with their municipalities. And one thing we had heard throughout this whole thing was that the NFL was not going to be keen on agreeing to anything where the owner was shelling out the majority of the money. It seems like the rest of the owners want nothing to do with that kind of thing. Have you heard the same or anything around that?
Yeah, and I think the Jaguars ownership, and I think the city was pretty clear that as best as they could, this would be a shared cost for the stadium and for the community benefits agreement. What ultimately is going to lead to 65-45 or a split where the city funds more is about $150 million in, if you will, work that has to happen around the edges to the stadium no matter what happens. Because keep in mind, this isn't a full teardown of Everbank Stadium. This is keeping that lower bowl. All of that concrete that's in place can and will be used again. Keep in mind, it's also keeping the video boards that taxpayers shelled out millions of dollars for years ago as one of Shad Khan's many investments in the stadium arena district downtown, Daly's Place, and now the Shipyards and the Four Seasons. But remember the video boards. It was one of the first big upgrades that happened at Everbank Stadium. And so at the end of the day, the city ends up putting in more to show the NFL that, the city actually is putting its money where its mouth is, and the Jaguars are getting a good deal from their city, in this way. And I think that ultimately is going to be, hopefully for the Jaguars and for this deal, what wins the day. It's got to be what they're feeling. I sense a lot of confidence from them, though, that this was done in the right way for the team, for the city, and ultimately for the 24 out of the 32 owners who have to approve it.
Doesn't it seem impossible you could have a deal where everyone gets what they want?
I think it started with the people who, and we've heard this from them in all of their public comments that they've made up until, and then right after the vote last evening, they started with a vision in mind, and they had a similar vision, and they knew that there would be some give and take, but they had a vision, and it was a shared vision, and credit to agreeing to the mission. And I'll tell you a little bit of insight. And we had an opportunity to speak with some of the key players today, and we'll have a chance. Here's some cross promotion, Aaron. At 5:00, once you're done listening to the Aaron Schachter Show, flip over to 104.5 WOKV. And I sat down with Mayor Deegan and Shad Khan, and we talked at length about the negotiation, about this deal, about what happens next. And I was in the running backs room for the conversation, and one of the messages on the board in the room was about the fundamentals. And I think that ties in perfectly to how those who were a part of this made sure that they focused on the fundamentals first. What do we need? What do we want? And how do we go big for the community and not just for a big old stadium to replace what we have? And how can there be more to it? And how can it enhance and build on something bigger for the entirety of the community? The investment in the community in the East Side, for example, the parks investment and those kinds of things. I think that makes it a pretty, I hate to use the word easy, but a non-controversial process within the city of Jacksonville and within the NFL ownership.
A couple of weeks ago, we had Ben Becker, the keyboard wrecker, up here talking about a special report that he filed where he spoke to an expert who was claiming Jacksonville is in no position to do this deal. Was there any worry from the people? Like we've been talking about how greased the skids have seen this entire time. I'm surprised at the lack of protest there was. Maybe not by people, but certainly by experts or anybody who would come forward and at least offer a differing opinion other than let's go Jags.
If there was and has been, and listening into a lot of the public commentary at last evening's meeting and in some of the prior discussions that we heard, it was focused on the smallest portion of this, and that was the $300 million community benefits agreement. And for anyone who didn't follow the numbers, and there's a lot of numbers, but the $300 million was an equal split, 150 between the city and the Jaguars, for a lot of investment in parks development, in workforce housing, in homelessness projects, and investment in what's called out east, the east side, the area surrounding the stadium. And anyone who's parked there, driven through, can see and feel that there needs to be investment there in order to build up the area surrounding the stadium so you're not looking around at buildings that are rubbish.
Shantytown.
Yeah, it's not the classy joint that you are going to see in a brand new Everbank Stadium or whomever is going to be the sponsor of it. That said, I think that smallest portion was the one that rubbed a lot of the community in the way where they said, hey, listen, we want this. And it was the most popular in a UNF poll that was just done recently. More people overwhelmingly supported the $300 million community benefits agreement because they saw the possibility of truly making an investment in community that they're able to feel every day as opposed to just on game day or when there's a big concert or some other event. That was the biggest and most vocal parts of this that we heard on the ground in the last several months of this, and specifically yesterday, City Council got an earful on it. We'll see if they ultimately do follow through on that. Again, they did approve a portion of it, some money that goes into parks, but there's about $94 million remaining that Council has said that they will take up in mid-July. And the Jaguars and Mayor Deegan are pretty firm that they're going to continue to lobby as hard as they can for that entirety because they really feel that this is more than just a stadium, that it's a community investment that they want to see.
I know you got to leave in a couple of minutes here, but looking forward, you just mentioned a vote that's going to be taking place, you said mid-July?
At least in the next phase of the discussion, Council will ultimately, the fiscal year for the city of Jacksonville doesn't run January through December like the calendar year will. And so the fiscal year will begin in October. And so the city, the mayor introduces a budget to the city council in early July, and then ultimately city council spends the summer months debating the merits of the spending deal and ultimately have until October 1st to approve it. So a priority is what we heard from the mayor's office and others, that the first thing out of the gate when the council, they take a 2-week break in early July, must be nice, but they take an early break in 2-week break in early July. They come back, and the first thing to hit them essentially will be the remaining $94 million of the community benefits agreement. So look for at least debate in mid-July and perhaps a decision. I know that the mayor's office wants to see it. Mayor Deegan has explicitly said she does want to see it. The Jags have said they want to see it. And I'm sure that both sides are going to be really lobbying hard behind the scenes to make it through.
One more question. Has nothing to do with football or the deal that was approved last night. It does have to deal with the press conference, though. I watched through the press conference. One of my favorite things to do, Reg, on this show is to take questions.
Attack the questions?
I think it's take bad questions and then dissect them a little bit. And I have an expert on the phone in you, and I'm curious, not necessarily a question about this question. I have a question. I want you to put yourself in the shoes of this reporter asking this question, who, in my opinion, clearly has no idea what's going on. Asks this question. Mayor Deegan, who I'm not sure if this is a calling card of hers to push back on the media, certainly gave a fair amount of pushback to some of these questions yesterday. I'm going to get into that next segment. Specifically, though, this question I thought was funny. I would like for you to tell me what you think is going through the reporter's head on Mayor Deegan's response. Here's the question and answer I'm referring to.
Mayor, I know that this was just one layer, so what's next?
What do you mean?
When you ask a subject, when you are waiting an entire press conference and you ask your subject a question, you get excited, do you not? I mean, isn't it a rush when you finally get to ask?
Yeah, and you need to
So hold on. So if your question is met with the response of, what do you mean? Don't you just doesn't it demoralize you just a slight amount? Oh, my goodness.
I have sweat rolling down the back of my neck right now because I feel uncomfortable for whomever that was because that's tough.
And she did clarify, and we get into the real answer in the next segment, but I just imagine being like you're waiting because you're in a gaggle of reporters. I believe that's what multiple people like you are called when you're all standing together, a gaggle of reporters.
A bunch of geese.
When you're standing in a gaggle of reporters honking at the mayor, and then finally it's your turn to quack, quack, and honk at the mayor, and the mayor looks at you like you have no idea what you're talking about or what's going on. You are speaking English, but I am not comprehending the words you just strung together. That's a real pucker moment for me, and I didn't even ask the question.
To me, it's a lot like, how does it make you feel? That's like nails on a chalkboard for a reporter. You never ask, how does it make you feel? If you want to try to elicit a feeling and an emotion from someone, then at least spend a little time crafting a better question around that. For example,
just to clear the record, Rich, that means you're shooting shots at this.
Mayor, how are you feeling?
I feel pretty.
You're shooting shots at that guy. That's what you just did.
I'm saying that if I was in that gaggle in that moment, I think my question would be a little bit more targeted and focused and say, for example, how do you plan to celebrate tonight?
Ooh, a little creativity.
Did you hear, for example,
I like
Mark
that.
Lamping, the Jags president, said at the end of the city council meeting yesterday, he said, we're going to party like it's 1993. My question is, What does that look like, Mark? Like, seriously, what does that look like? Party like it's 1993.
Boo. It looks like no cell phones is what it looks like. It looks like you're pulling out your favorite VHS tape and you're hanging out with whomever's in the house. Yeah. Rich, I appreciate you joining the show, man. Thank you so much.
Aaron, what's next?
What do you mean? Actually, what's next is tearing apart some of these comments from the mayor. I've actually got 3 questions where she pushed back against the media and talked to them like the silly geese that they were. It's maybe my favorite thing that happened after this meeting. We'll jump into that. Michelle Thibodeau is in the studio, who you know very well. I was hoping she was going to take her time because I've got a risque story about Chris Brown I'm now slightly scared to do with her in the studio. And a Jeremy Renner story. We got a lot of things happening today, Rich. I know you're busy coming up here at 3:30, but maybe you should check back in on the Aaron Schachter Show before 5 p.m. today.
Quack, quack. I'll keep listening. And a reminder, at 5 p.m., you can hear the conversation with Shad Khan and Mayor Deegan on 104.5 WOKV, Jacksonville's News and Talk.
What a professional. Thank you so much, Rich. That? Yes, I do. Thank you. Go have a great day, Rich. Thank you.
How does it make you feel?
I'm going to make that into my ringtone. You know what's funny is that Rich has no idea, Brian. His wife texted me talking smack on Rich during the interview.
Really?
Yeah. So just when Rich thought he had someone at home loving and supporting him, no.
Hold on.
No.
Let's bring, is Rich still there?
Tearing him apart. Oh, he's still
here. I felt
my
phone vibrating, so I could feel as though there was some text action going on. So she's texting you while I'm here on your show. What's
tearing you apart, man. Tearing you apart. That's right.
Okay.
Just know that.
Ooh, Rich going to handle some business when he get home.
You know what I mean?
That's what. Stand on business, Rich Jones.
That is one of my favorite things to do.
Love it.
I've done that to Rich before, too, where he'll send me an insensitive text, and I'll quickly screen cap it and go snitch to his wife about it. I do enjoy doing that.
Good at that. Yeah, love you, bud.
See you, Rich. I think, unless you're going to hang out on hold.
I brought him back. I put him on hold. I didn't know if you were going to do a callback.
Yeah.
As you tend to do when I start playing music.
I probably would have waited until he hung up to say that, so I didn't have to out his wife to him, but I guess he heard it, so apologies.
Is it really apologies? Because right now you sounding real. No. That's how you sound right now to his wife. Holy smokes, Aaron Schachter.
All right. Rich Jones with all the information. This guy's tapped in everywhere.
He should think about working in radio.
He should.
Great voice, very succinct,
very
to
thorough.
The point. Yeah,
he knows how to ask good questions when he's in a gaggle of media members.
I'd hire him.
You know what I mean?
You know?
It's just a great example he gave, too. Turning a bad question into a great question.
We got any openings in the building?
Oh, I think we've got a few now.
You're so messy.
It's the Aaron Schachter Show. 904-362-9901. Having a great Wednesday on a Wednesday. Back in a minute.
Now, the First Alert Forecast on ESPN 690.
Partly sunny, hot and humid today with a few afternoon and evening thunderstorms. It'll be heavy in spots, highs in the mid-90s, dropping to the mid-70s tonight. Partly sunny, hot and humid tomorrow with scattered midday and afternoon thunderstorms, highs around 95. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. Join me today beginning at 5 p.m. on CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beards Diamonds. 0% financing for 5 years is back for a limited time at Beards Diamonds. Spring has sprung and tax return season is here. Now's the time to beautify your home by replacing your old windows with new energy-efficient, easy-to-clean windows from American Window Products. Keep the summer heat out with special glass packages, including low E3 and argon gas. American Window Products only uses the highest quality products and professionally trained employees to install. Call now to find out why they were voted the #1 window company in Jacksonville. 731-2247 for a free estimate, or visit AmericanWindowProducts.com.
Meet Jennifer, talking about her experience with BioTarget Regenerative Therapy at Injury Care Centers.
I'm a music teacher and play the piano, and I was unable to play the piano at all due to pain from carpal tunnel. I did notice a significant difference after the first treatment. I was in immense pain and unable to work, and I woke up the following day able to fully move my wrist again. I was a pill popper. I would take ibuprofen all the time to help manage my pain, and it did not really do a great job. What really sold me was knowing that if it was not successful, I'd be able to get all of my money back. back. So I would highly recommend it to anybody who's experiencing any type of pain.
Stop masking your pain with harmful medications. There's a better solution. BioTarget Regenerative Therapy has helped countless others, and it can help you too. Call 904-92-REGEN or visit gobiotarget.com today.
Hi, it's me, your plumber, with important information for anyone interested in safe, soft, filtered water. Don't drink bottled water. Get advice from someone you trust, buy a water filter, and don't call those high-priced water guys. Instead, call me, your plumber. I recommend Safety Zone water systems, so you get top-quality equipment, affordable prices, and you'll save money too. Safety Zone is your #1 choice considering price, performance, and reliability.
Safety Zone Water is the single-source water treatment supplier for the plumbing industry. Our distributor is Nolan Company Jacksonville, the leading plumbing wholesaler for water treatment in Northeast Florida. For sales and service, contact your local plumber or visit us at safetyzonewater.com.
Safety Zone Water.
The #1 water brand recommended by plumbers.
Snyderman, can you move things with your mind?
Nope.
Did you read our minds?
I got nothing. Were you thinking of nothing?
No. So, what makes you a superhero?
I can tell if you should repair or replace your air conditioning system.
If it's time to replace your air conditioning unit, Snyder can help. Get 0% interest if you pay in full within 60 months. Visit SnyderAC.com and get the details in a flash.
Flash? I think you mean Snyderman.
CAC 1813306.
Raise the stakes on excitement at Best Bet, your go-to spot for unbeatable entertainment and unmatched hospitality. With locations in Jacksonville, Orange Park, and the brand new Best Bet St. Augustine. No poker expertise? No problem. From high-stakes poker to casual games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em and Fortune Pie Gow, there's a game for everyone. Hungry for more? We're serving up delicious bites and craft cocktails, and we're open late. For details, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com. Best Bet, your go-to spot for a thrilling night.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for the... And there they go, almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey guys, we're the Twin Peaks Girls. We just love guys that listen to the Young and Norvell Show. Weekdays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on ESPN 690.
Welcome back to the Aaron Schachter Show. That was a fun seg with Rich Jones. I like when Rich Jones give me the inside scoop on stuff. As I mentioned in the last segment, News Queen Michelle Thibodeau has joined the show. Hi, Michelle.
How you doing?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. You did that too fast. So
What
here
did
we go.
I do? What do you got to do? Oh.
I don't know if I can do the actual song.
You're supposed to just cut like one part out.
Yeah, I don't know what causes a YouTube strike. So I don't know if any words are allowed.
Well, any of it causes a YouTube strike. The music, too.
Oh, I might as well. Next time.
You might as well have gone full lyrics. But also, I don't like Michelle requesting her own walk-up music. If anything, we should determine what her music is.
Listen, okay, I'll play it for you. I'll find the link, and I'll play you the song in the next break that I said I was gonna do for you. You remember the Indian rapper, Thibodeau? And you were like, heck no, but you didn't use that word?
No.
Really,
Aaron, you'll like it.
Really shouting her out, aren't
We'll do
you?
that next time.
Okay. I believe in
I'll
you.
play it in the break for you.
Okay.
Anyways.
Michelle, I was talking to Rich about the Mayor Deegan press conference that took place after the city council meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently Rich was offended by a few of the questions, as we heard. talking trash on this guy.
Mayor, how you feeling?
He didn't like that question, Mayor, how you feeling? He didn't like that question. He's probably not going to like a lot of the questions. But the one thing about Mayor Deegan is that she's not afraid to mix it up with the reporters. I love that. I love a little conflict in anything, certainly in a media versus public official event. And so the second question the mayor was faced with was a question if this was a reset with the council. And I'm assuming the onus behind the question was this was a fairly easy process for her to get through council. There wasn't back and forth debate. No one was in the media calling out different political sides and making claims, throwing the proverbial verbal fireballs. So the reporter asks the mayor if this is a reset with council. I love her reaction. Listen to her push back here.
You feel like it's like a reset with council? I mean,
that's your narrative. I have never felt like I needed a reset with council.
Your narrative, bucko. Don't come serving that to me. I'm just here doing the work.
So her answer was no.
Her answer was no.
She could have just said that. All that extra energy not needed.
Yeah, she could have just been like, nah. Instead, she's like, no, media member with your fake news. That's your narrative.
Right.
I like it. You're not appreciative.
No, I'm just saying, you want to be more efficient. You can just be like, no.
Well, instead of efficient, let's be honest, all right? No one is talking about a reset with the council except for the reporter.
Hold on. Let's not do that with politicians. Let's be honest. Come on now.
You don't think they should be?
I think they should be, but we're going to pick and choose when they're honest? You want to pick and choose now with the guy?
I would like to pick every time they open their mouth, but okay.
No, I'm just saying, man, she could have just been like, no. But you're right. She has some stand on the energy. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, too. Well, they got back to happy talk. Then they asked her how she would describe this moment. And clearly, she was all smiles in front of the microphone.
Monumental. I think it's generational progress.
This is something that Rich actually said last segment that I hadn't considered. But, the 30-year commitment from the Jaguars to the city does ensure this paranoia that has existed literally ever since I got here. I'm sure it was here before me, that one day the Jaguars are just going to pick up and leave. I mean, you want to talk about an entire fan base with separation anxiety. They all treat the Jaguars franchise as if it's going to go out to buy cigarettes one day and never come home.
Well, that's what happens when you keep going to London again and again and again.
See, this is more hurt people hurting people. That is not what happens when you go to London again and again and again.
Okay, well, we didn't used to go to London.
Accurate.
And then we just all of a sudden started going to London. That's like having your husband who doesn't go out on Tuesday nights. All of a sudden going out on Tuesday night.
Hurt people. Yeah.
We've uncovered what this comes from for Michelle.
Hurt people.
That's fine. Here's what I'm saying. There is no history. There is no evidence, fact-based information that once a team starts going to London, they pick up and leave the city for good.
That's because that's right, because there is no history, because it used to not ever be done. And now all of a sudden it's being done, and people are going, oh, why is that being done?
You could have stopped that. You could have stopped that. That's right. And it would have been the same thing. That would have been fine.
Aaron, they didn't start doing the London thing until Shad Khan owned the team, right?
Yeah, because he owns a piece of the stadium out there. Yeah.
I think that, it's a money thing versus
Now,
potentially
wait a second, because you aren't in on the league meetings. You're not in on the owners' meetings. Do we really think Shad Khan went in, hey, guys, I've got this great idea about London? Or do you think the NFL, after they tanked NFL Europe, was like, we need to break that down and think of a different plan to break into the European audience? And this was it. I don't think they make these decisions overnight. I don't think they just go on a whim. Hey, Shad has roots in London. Let's talk to him. I think it's a plan that has been worked over years. I think they are very aware of the reaction of the fan base when something like this happens.
British people don't freaking care about the Jaguars. They just go because, let's go see some American football today. There's not a fan base there. They're not following the Jags. They don't watch the draft. They're not watching our training camps. They're not focused in on our media that much. They don't care because they only go because let's go watch American football. They're going to be in town. It's like a sideshow, I think, for them. They don't even really like our football. They laugh at our football most of the time because it's not really football, because that's soccer. So that's their sport is soccer, and ours is real football, and they just go to see the Jags because it's something to do. They're not like loyal fans that sit out there in August and September when it's 110 degrees and, JFRD's working overtime because people are dropping like flies and there's not enough water to go around or whatever it may be. Those are fans. When you go in October or November or whatever it happens to be in a nice cool stadium, it's cool outside, you sit, you watch a little American football. That's just something to do on a Sunday.
Interesting you have that opinion with talking to none of those people. I mean, all of that just came from your head.
No, I have proof.
Cool. You just keep that close to the vest, though. Don't share it with anybody. That's fine. No, obviously you have an opinion, but it doesn't make it true or accurate. The reality is, if there weren't fans, Michelle, they wouldn't be shelling out close to $100 on jerseys for merch. They wouldn't be shelling out north of $100 for tickets to attend the game every year. They wouldn't be repping Jaguars anytime we got cameras over there. There wouldn't be 2 weeks worth of games over there in the UK because we are the most popular team from the NFL over there. I mean, they're not doing this by accident. They're
I'm not saying they're not. It's something for them to do. I don't think they're following the team on a regular basis.
So should America not have soccer games?
It's fine. Whatever.
Oh, cool.
I mean, but we have American soccer teams. Where's the London football?
There was a whole NFL Europe until the NFL shut it down.
Okay, so it doesn't exist anymore. There's a
because
reason they
the
shut it down.
NFL shut it down.
Why?
Because the model wasn't working. They went back and reworked it. Believe me, now it's working. Now you got sold out stadiums.
That's fine. I'm just saying that, and that's great that they're going and they're supporting the team and blah, 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 and buying merchandise. I actually have a jersey from over there from somebody who bought it and then was done with it after the one game.
Look at the hypocritic
I'm just saying
activity that's happening in this studio right now.
I'm just saying that they are not the fan base of the Jaguars. They are not the diehard fans that have been around since day one. They're not. They're kind of like a little adopted team.
You don't need to be around since day one.
It's fine that they're spending money. I hope they enjoy themselves. I'm just saying, don't compare the London fan base to the original Jacksonville Jaguar fan
You're
base.
You're taking offense to something that didn't happen. Who did? Who compared anybody?
I'm just saying.
You are. Like you're saying spontaneously. No one is saying they're the same thing.
I'm just mad that they take our fall games. I'll give them an August and September game. Why can't they have a preseason game? Why can't they have
Every team in the league will be playing out of the States.
Okay.
At least one game.
That's great.
We gave them another away game. It wouldn't have been here anyway.
That's fine, but I don't think we should give up a prime weather home game in October, November when it's nice. I think we give them a September or August game.
This is a wild take to me. I didn't realize you had such vitriol.
Well, I
towards
just
the
don't
UK
think it's
Jags
fair
fans.
to us. I just don't think it's fair to us that we have to give up one of our good weather games. And I know the Florida-Georgia game is around the same time.
Like literally,
and blah, blah, blah.
we just can't even play it here. It worked out for the Jaguars' favor.
Okay. I'm just saying that let's give up an August and September game when it's 110 degrees in the stadium.
This is shocking to me. Shocking. Like, I get there are some fans who don't like the idea, but none of this makes sense out of your mouth right now.
I'm fine with the idea. I just wish that we would have given them one of our games that it's like,
yeah, I heard you. Good weather. I heard you.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to give up an October, November, December
I heard you.
game.
UK Jags fans stink. I heard you. I don't want to give up good weather games.
I just said I feel like
I heard you. They don't like an NFL. I heard all of it.
I didn't say they didn't like it. I just said that I think they look at the Jaguars in the NFL and the games that are over there as something to do on a Sunday versus diehard, hardcore Jags fans.
Do you think every person in the stadium here on Sunday is a diehard Jags fan?
No. But that doesn't matter. I mean, no.
That doesn't matter to you.
Nope. But I'm just saying, I think that that's the way they look at it. I could be wrong. I'm just saying I think that that's the way that people in London look at the Jags and the American football games that come there. It's kind of like when we get a rodeo in Jacksonville. It's like, ooh, there's a rodeo. Let's go check it out. Or a monster truck jam or something like that. Like, ooh, let's go to the stadium, watch monster truck. It's like, oh, let's go do this. Oh, it's something to do. Not like, you listen to sports talk radio for months and months and months and you follow the draft and you know who's playing. It's not like your players, when you follow the team.
I think your version of reality isn't actually what's happening out there.
It may not be. I might be completely wrong. I'm just saying that's kind of how I feel that their fans are. But I might be wrong. I don't know. I mean, if there's somebody out there that that can tell me different, that's fine.
I think there are lots. I think there are thousands.
Well, what? All right. Well, then I'll just need to go to London and check out the fans.
Sure, or even a Monster Jam to find those fans who you claim don't exist.
There are fans. It's packed during Monster Jam.
Sold out stadium.
Right.
You just said it's just something to do. People don't actually care.
No, I think they do care. It's something to do. It's a novelty. There you go. There's my word. It is a novelty for them.
I don't have a beef with that.
Not like us, where we live it, we breathe it.
You live it and breathe it, but you can't name a receiver other than Jimmy Smith?
I can too, Christian Kirk.
Yeah, well, now you can.
DJ Shark, who's not here anymore.
Yeah, so you can.
Okay, I can name tons of receivers.
I'll tell you what. When we come back, you'll name 5 active players.
Oh, I can name 5 active players.
Or you give me $100.
I can name 5 active players.
10 active players.
No, it was 5.
Let's see how deep it goes. It's Aaron Schachter Show. Is Michelle off her rocker or what? 904-362-9901. Are the UK Jags fans posers? Do they not even care about the team? Or is Michelle wild right now? We'll be back in a minute on the Aaron Schachter Show.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Meet Zara, talking about his experience with BioTarget Regenerative Therapy at Injury Care Centers.
I came to Injury Care Centers because I'm an old football player and some of my old injuries were beginning to catch up with me. I couldn't do what I used to do without having severe pain. I felt the improvements from the biotargeting almost immediately. Very few places would guarantee their work because, doctors, they say they're practicing medicine, so you're essentially just an experiment. The folks at Injury Care Centers offering 100% money-back guarantee lets you know that they take your well-being very seriously.
Stop masking your pain with harmful medications. There's a better solution. BioTarget Regenerative Therapy has helped countless others, and it can help you too. Call 904-92-REGEN or visit GoBioTarget.com today.
Rich Jones here. If you're an investor who's interested in doing well while doing good, getting solid returns on your investments while making a positive impact, consider investment funds with DLP Capital. Here's Don Renner, CEO of DLP Real Estate Capital, to tell you more.
With the current housing shortage in the U.S., investing in real estate, especially workforce housing, is one of the safest and most reliable places to invest. We invest in affordable housing for hardworking people and generate amazing returns for each of our investors.
To get your investor's guide and find out more, dial ** Invest from your cell phone or visit highyieldreturns.net.
Ammon here with Zero Res. After a long day's work, my family and I love to sit on our favorite sofa and recliners and watch a good TV show. It kind of helps us wind down for the day. We usually pass around some fresh popcorn too. That's why we need to bring home the Zero Res truck and get that furniture looking great again.
For the month of June, Zero Res is offering 25% off all upholstery cleaning. That's 25% off a sectional, 25% off a sofa, 25% off a love seat, and 25% off your favorite recliner. Zero Res, spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Why Arlington Toyota? Okay, this you've got to hear. Just drive to their lot and you're going to see that Arlington has a huge selection of new vehicles in stock in one location. No more driving around trying to find what you want. Arlington's got it. And every new Toyota purchase comes with Arlington's lifetime warranty, unlimited time and miles. Plus, you get 60 days to love your new purchase or exchange it. And Arlington's Credit Helper program to help you get financed. Shop arlingtontoyota.com today.
most professional.
Right.
Welcome back to the Aaron Schachter Show. Brian, I know you were a little distracted last segment. Me and Michelle almost came to blows.
And so it was a regular B block.
It was a regular B block.
Okay.
I don't want to rehash all of our horrible takes.
Give me the top two.
UK Jags fans aren't fans.
Not diehard fans.
That's incredible.
I didn't say aren't fans.
And what was another wild one? We shouldn't play football in Europe. No one should play football in Europe.
You mean like soccer or you mean like...
No, she means American football.
No, I said we shouldn't give up our good weather games for Europe.
In any case, she wants me to do the Chris Brown story that I wanted to do.
I
but
bet
Brian,
she does.
I got to tell you, man, I am legit frightened right now.
Listen, you got one. Like I said, you got one a couple of years away from college. So you do what you need to do.
Not only am I frightened, but
you do what you need to do.
Monster trades were happening in the NBA yesterday, and the draft starts tonight, and we're not even going to mention it because
just did.
Michelle wants me to do the Chris Brown story. Do you know what it's about?
Not a clue.
Oh, boy.
Favorite Chris Brown song before he gets into the story?
I don't even know. Can't remember.
I don't think the people in this article know either.
Okay. What is this story? I feel like I'm pretty
headline at TMZ is Chris Brown's something goes viral after fans spot huge imprint at concert.
I'm not following Aaron Schachter.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
His thing?
This is, I mean, I'm telling you, this is,
I know, like, what is this?
We need to take her outside of the studio for this segment. She's going to get all of us in trouble.
Nope, I'll be good.
Read it one more time. We got about 3 minutes left in this segment. Read it one more time.
Chris Brown's, fill in the blank, goes viral after fans spot huge imprint at concert.
Aaron, I'm going to regret this, but I will ask this question. Rhyme it for me.
I don't think we can. Well, in the headline, it rhymes with Gulge.
Oh,
Yeah.
bulge. There's nothing wrong with that. People have bulging discs all the time. It could be his back. He could have a back problem.
You got smart kids. They're going to get scholarships. They'll be full scholarships. Don't worry about it, man. Oh.
In any case. Chris Brown doing a concert last night, and I guess the pants weren't built for what Chris Brown was serving up.
Or maybe they were.
And that's kind of what I think is happening, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But lots of people were talking about it.
Okay.
And I'm sitting here going, you know what? That's the kind of thing you don't mind people spreading rumors about.
Yeah, boy.
That's the kind of stereotype you don't push back against. I don't care who you are. You go, me? No, come on. Get out of here. You're just being silly, right? Wink, wink. No, it's fine. Chris Brown bringing a lot to the table when it comes to his manhood.
Look, that's a professional way to nice it up.
At least that's what the internet thinks after seeing these clips of him on stage, which you can see at TMZ.com.
I don't know why guys are so proud of that. Whatever. Okay.
All right. So, I'm telling you.
You just let her shoot and then you just keep moving.
Every time she talks, it's going to make me a little bit scared.
I won't fight back either then.
Now, look. Chris Brown is a man who enjoys seductivity on the stage. I don't know if you've ever seen any of these videos.
Oh, he's broken up some relationships.
That whole show that he does, very sensual.
He breaks up relationships.
Yeah, and he does have a bad history.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying, you got to talk about all of it.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Look, if there's one thing bringing fans in,
oh boy,
there's another thing that may be keeping them away. Just saying, he's got a bad history. But he's on the comeback tour, right? People still love this guy.
That was like... I'm not downplaying
You're saying it's old news is what you're saying.
It's like 11 years ago, but I'm not downplaying it. I'm just like, how many years does it take to come back?
I would...
Forever?
All the years.
Forever?
All the years.
That was a Chris Brown joke.
He's holding on. He ain't coming back. He's trying to hold on.
I will say occasionally things happen where this kind of stuff goes viral. And I'm curious if he gets embarrassed. I doubt it. I don't know if you've ever seen the meet and greet photos from a Chris Brown concert.
He's broken up relationships.
Chris Brown will take his female fans by the handful.
Yeah, and hug up. Close up.
And hug up close.
Close up.
And if I was dating any of these girls, that'd be the end of the relationship after that picture makes it online.
Well, you'd have to beat them to it.
People pay Brian, people pay an average of $1,110 for the meet and greet where Chris Brown is grabbing the derriere full-handed. Double-handed. This dude is making money doing this.
For $1,100. Michelle Thibodeau, would you pay $1,100? Okay.
No. I wouldn't even for free. No. Ugh.
The butt grab meet and greet. We should start doing that on this show. Hey, if South Beach Gary
you don't want your kids to go to college.
If South Beach Gary or Kilkenny wants to do the butt grab meet and greet, I will charge like $50, not $1,000. It's cheap.
What?
It's cheap. I'm saying I'm affordable. It's Jacksonville prices.
I'll charge $1,000.
Whoa.
No, hold on. Hold on, man. We'll get to the Sports Center. I need you not to clarify, Michelle, because I care about your career.
Okay.
But boy, in the break, I'm going to want you to clarify.
Well,
you pay $1,000 or you would charge $1,000?
I think she's charging $1,000 to be the grabber, not the grabbee.
Oh.
$10,000 to be the grabby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody's gonna pay that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got to call online to Michelle Thibodeau. I think it might be a potential grabber.
I don't know that I could keep doing radio with her in the room. I'm very uncomfortable.
It's gold, man. You guys need a spinoff.
I'm being good.
Is this what you call good?
No, I'm gonna be good.
Oh, cool.
Starting now.
After you've lost your show.
Coming up next is Survey Says, where
Is
I
that
hope
next?
That's why we're here. Yep.
where I hope we don't break any FCC violations. Back in a minute on ESPN 690.
Spring has sprung, and tax return season is here. Now's the time to beautify your home by replacing your old windows with new energy-efficient, easy-to-clean windows from American Window Products. Keep the summer heat out with special glass packages, including low E3 and argon gas. American Window Products only uses the highest quality products and professionally trained employees to install. Call now to find out why they were voted the #1 window company in Jacksonville. 731-2247 for a free estimate, or visit AmericanWindowProducts.com.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Our returning champion, a basketball court sweat mopper from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Louis Cramp.
Great to be back, Merv.
There's only one category left on the board, Louis. People you can trust to repair your air conditioner. Your 10 seconds starts now.
Well, I'm pretty handy with tools around. So my Uncle Steve used to fix transmissions, so maybe he could. Okay, sorry. I guess just call the guys at Bueller?
That's right, Louis. The highly trained technicians at Bueller Air and Plumbing have the tools and the experience to service any make and model of home air conditioner to make sure that you are cool.
You sure I can't just have a quick?
Yeah, we're done for today.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
The lightest 350 horsepower onboard has just hit the water. Introducing the all-new Yamaha 4.3-liter V6 Offshore F350. With advanced features and class-leading power to weight, every run will be more efficient and exhilarating. The new 4.3-liter V6 Offshore F350 from Yamaha. Reliability starts here.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today. Visit Lowe's.com/Messi for more details.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Studios, Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Breaking news. Heat starting center Bam Adebayo plans to sign a 3-year, $166 million extension with the team. Welcome to NBA Draft Day. Round 1 coverage, 7 Eastern ESPN Radio, 8 Eastern ABC and ESPN. This could mark the second straight year. The number 1 overall pick is from France. ESPN's final mock draft has Zachary Risache going to Atlanta at 1. Last year, San Antonio, of course, took Victor Wembanyama first overall. Forward Alex Morgan, a cornerstone of the U.S. women's national team, one of the world's best players for over a decade, left off the roster for the Paris Olympics. The move actually not that much of a surprise, explains ESPN soccer reporter and host Sebastian Salazar.
Morgan did not have a great World Cup last year. And when a striker doesn't have a great World Cup, questions will be asked. On top of that, she's been dealing with some injuries this year. And finally, Olympic rosters are only 18 deep, which means you can only take 16 field players. So a player like Alex Morgan, who really only plays one position, is at a huge disadvantage.
This is the first time since 2008 Morgan's not on the U.S. roster for a major tournament.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Thursday, the Knicks made the first big move of the offseason. I'll tell you which teams need to follow their lead if they don't want to be left behind. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Advisory services through Talon Private Wealth and SEC registered investment advisor. Florida license D056341.
On Guarding Your Nest Egg Radio, Mike Lester, founder of Talon Wealth, focuses on a key question many share. Do I have enough to retire?
For starters, we'll do the math for you. But to me, it's really more about lifestyle. I want to find out what's important to you. I want to find out what your expenses are. And then I'm going to give you a realistic expectation moving forward of how your money needs to be invested to accomplish your goals in retirement.
Get to know Mike at guardingyournestegg.com.
If you have those achy joints, you can change your life with a phone call to QC Kinetics and get a free consultation. 904-274-5522. This is the future of medicine. Tens of thousands of QC Kinetics patients around the country are living their best life this year because they made the call. 904-274-5522. It's a free consultation. Revolutionary treatments for joint pain are here in Jacksonville with locations in Mandarin and in Ponte Vedra as well. QC's regenerative medicine protocols can restore and repair that damaged tissue. No surgery, no steroids, no drugs, no downtime. Enjoy life. Get rid of those achy joints, those knees, hips, back, shoulders. Make them feel better by giving QC Kinetics a call at 904-274-5522. QC medical professionals are under the direction of Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup. He was an orthopedic surgeon who became a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. He knew there had to be a better way, and there is, by giving QC Kinetics a call at 904-274-5522.
Who is this guy? Aaron Shafting? What is it? Oh, Schachter? Schachter. Okay. Shack Attack. Schachter. He gets shacked. But I digress. Here we go.
You ready? Yeah. Turn up your radio.
The Aaron Schachter Show on ESPN 690.
Oh, back on the Aaron Schachter Show. Nestled in the studio. Way above the ground floor. A whole story. I'm hearing thunder and lightning outside.
There you are.
It's bad weather, huh?
Might be your nerves, man. The survey says they Michelle Thibodeau's in the building.
A
It might
little
be
bit of
a nerve.
business. A little bit of house business to get
Yeah.
to before survey says, if you don't mind, Brian. I know that's what we're supposed to do
Oh,
here.
you're good, man. It's the Aaron Schachter Show.
First and foremost, I would like to give you an update on a story we brought you the other day. We were talking about Kelly Stafford and the firestorm she created.
What else you got to talk about now? All right.
No. Well, remember me and you were trying to figure out whether it was like Joe Cox or Joe Tereshinski.
Oh, did she come back on the next episode and break it down?
Apparently, it was Joe Tereshinski because Kelly Stafford has got on Instagram with an apology to the Cox family.
Oh, good for her.
She wrote, she posted a picture of Joe and his wife and their 3 beautiful children, which I'm not even sure if they approved, but fine. She writes, to this beautiful family, I'm sorry for the media storm that happened last week that made its way into your lives. You had 0 involvement in what I spoke about. And in fact, it was y'all's relationship in college that I looked up to and wanted for me and Matthew. You were the couple that everyone thinks Matthew and I was. Y'all were the UGA quarterback and cheerleader
What in the
that
world?
met and never let go.
Oh,
I
my
love y'all.
gosh. Oh, my goodness. Any more slander, side slander for Matthew Stafford? Is there any more slander she wants?
How's it slander?
It clearly didn't have the relationship that these people had.
I don't think it's wrong to say what she said.
Okay. Of course you didn't. You've been on her side since the beginning, Aaron. You see no wrong with anything she's done.
I like what
Can
she's
she
doing
go
here.
publicly and apologize to Matthew Stafford?
She's making it right. She's
Okay.
making it right.
No, she's not. Not at all. Not with the person that counts.
Meanwhile, what's up with Joe Tereshinski
And
now?
he's like, yo.
He's holding up the championship belt.
The Gulch was there for her.
Number 2.
That's so wild.
Number 2, I would like to get to this. I want to throw a shout out. I don't even know if he's in the car or listening right now. I hope so. But Brian, we got recognized yesterday.
Okay.
I was out to dinner with my fam, right? We go to a restaurant by my house, and unfortunately, my littlest of littles refuses to eat anything on the menu.
Like that.
So when we go to this restaurant, it happens to be next to a Firehouse sub. Shout out to Firehouse, free advertising.
Okay.
And usually I'll get like a mac and cheese for my little at the Firehouse, and then I'll walk over to the other restaurant.
I like this kid already. Yeah.
So I order online. You got to input your name and stuff. And then I go into the Firehouse, and I walk in. It's a little bit weird. All the employees are kind of like up around where the registers are. And I walk in, I was like, hi. And they're like, the one guy jumps out at me and goes, hey, you're Aaron from the radio show?
Ooh, hey,
and
boy.
I was like, oh,
hey, boy.
Look at us.
Hey, boy.
Look at us.
Hey, boy.
Shout out to the Firehouse on State Road 13. Nicely
All right.
done.
Just tell people where you live at. Okay.
Just saying.
That's fine.
I want to give this guy a shout out, give his store a shout out.
Yeah, man.
Fan of the Aaron Schachter Show. He says he gets to listen for a couple of minutes every day on his way to work.
Okay.
He says we're way more exciting than the boring stuff over down the dial at 1010XL.
To this day.
Tune at the 1010XL. Where the droning never ends.
The droning never ends. All right, we don't have to do the whole thing. Unless, of course, it's about this show.
The Aaron Schachter Show. You just can't let it go. Funny, shocking, non-stop right. Feel the rush.
Deep inside. Deep inside.
Sounds like an 80s sitcom thing.
Okay.
Does it? Does it, Michelle? You can tell what 80s sitcom theme song sound like. I like that.
Lastly, we got a lot of positive feedback on yesterday's show. I guess a lot of people think Michelle Thibodeau might be a little bit funny sometimes. I actually had a friend of mine text me, Michelle. She said, how do we become Michelle Thibodeau's friend?
Oh, that's so nice.
Look at that. You got a compliment. Must be your first one in a long time.
It is.
Yeah.
I know. I need more friends.
Yeah. So congratulations.
Thanks.
Some people
You did
actually
well,
like
kid.
you.
Thank you.
Regardless of how shocking that might be.
A lot of people like me.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
They do.
He does all this talking.
Whoops. She does all this talking.
Messed up, man. You keep shooting at her, man. You shot at her yesterday about her voice, and she had to check you about that. And now you're shooting at her about her.
Did she check me about her voice?
She did. She said that's why people pay me to do the news.
I didn't even hear that part.
And I was like, watch your mouth there, Schachter.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember feeling dissed when you made me feel that I felt dissed.
Well, she just checked you. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I didn't feel roasted until you made me feel like I was roasted.
And then you roasted her in the theme song.
Well,
game.
yeah.
You cooked her.
I cooked her.
Sauteed her.
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay style.
As opposed to what happens during Survey Says, which happens to be...
An exercise in excellence.
Oh, we got
It's
7
a
minutes,
Brian
everybody.
Middleton production.
You don't like the new bit.
You don't do the ooh. You just do this. At least ooh with it. Ooh.
You don't like the new bit?
No, I love it.
Okay.
That new thing they do in the movie theater.
You know what?
I never forget when Brian said that.
I'm just saying. I was trying to educate people.
Brian, this is very long.
We'll cut it down.
Not this long in the theater.
On our next vacation from the Aaron Schachter Show, I'll make sure to get in and cut it down.
It's just a really long piece of production. Okay, we can stop. It's a long piece of production. Maybe you work on that in the studio. But Brian, it's time for you to kick it off, man. Survey says.
The game where Aaron Schachter and Michelle Thibodeau go head-to-head, and Michelle Thibodeau usually wins. But Aaron has one win. Anyway, survey says, everybody, let me get to the rules. 1 guess per question. 1 point per correct answer. Only the top answer will get the ding. But in special cases, the judges may overrule, okay? And if your op gets their question wrong, you'll have the chance to steal.
All
and
right.
I will repeat the question.
So, Family Feud.
And Aaron, you've been doing it the past 2 weeks.
Have I? I don't really remember.
Well, the past 2 times we played.
Because it's been like a month.
Yeah, because we took some time off.
I like to take my days.
But I just want to let you know, man, continue to be smoother with your cheating, and I appreciate that.
Okay.
Because ever since that time 3 or 4 weeks ago where you were openly acting like Ben Becker.
The keyboard wrecker?
Yeah. It wasn't good.
You saw Rich like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to try and make that catch on.
Okay. All right.
I can hear you clicking now.
It's not me clicking. You can see
It
my
is.
fingers
No, I
right
can
here.
That's your left hand. I can
My
see
other
your
one
right
is on the mouse right here.
Which is why you're clicking.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, go
Aaron
ahead.
Schachter, are you okay with going second since you lost last time?
It's fine. I know I'm going to lose this time.
Michelle Thibodeau, you will be going first.
Okay.
Let's get to your first question. Thibodeau, you seem like you might be a heavy drinker. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And correct me if I'm wrong. Do you
You're
drink
wrong.
heavy?
No, I do not.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
social drinker. You take a sip of box wine from time to time.
How about this? When was your last blackout?
Oh, blackout? Oh my God, it's been
Tuesday.
years now.
It's Tuesday.
I had a glass of wine like last weekend maybe, but
She's
I
like, when was my last blackout? What time was Saturday?
No, it's
What?
been years. I'm not a heavy drinker, and I'm a get drunk really quick. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, hey, we spoke to a bunch of Jacksonville Jaguars fans and NFL.com. That's for Aaron, because he likes to ask where my sources are.
That's true.
We asked him this question right here, Michelle Thibodeau.
Mm-hmm.
What is the highest selling beer at Everbank Stadium since 2021?
Bud Light.
Good
answer.
Good
answer.
Good answer.
Bud Light. How'd you come to that conclusion? You mind me asking?
I mean, aside from it being everywhere all the time.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Gotta be real with you. You know what? Bud Light is a good answer.
But
I'm just saying, I do remember it was like a time like for like 8 or 9 months last year.
I know, there
I
was a
didn't follow too
boycott.
closely, but I felt
I
like
know.
Bud Light was like not people's friends at NFL
Right.
stadiums.
It
But
was.
good answer.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Good
Bud
answer.
Light.
He says it's
Oh man, Aaron Schachter. I'll repeat the question. What is the highest selling beer at Everbank Stadium since 2021?
I'm going to go with Miller Light. No, Coors.
Good
I'm sorry.
answer.
I'm sorry.
I meant Coors Light.
Coors
Light.
yeah. Let him have
Good
that
answer.
answer.
Good
Good
answer.
answer.
Good
All right.
answer.
Any particular reason you made the change before I
Well,
give you
I
this
was
point?
I was thinking maybe it's Bud Heavy, Bud Red, but I just don't think people drink the heavies anymore. I don't know. I'm not like a regular beer dude, so
Okay.
I don't know.
Coors Light.
Can I steal back?
That was the steal.
Can I steal back?
What's the right answer? It's Miller
Light. Yeah,
Oh,
he
so
had
it
it right
said
the
I
first
had
time.
it
I knew
right.
he did. That's why I was so
You know why I
excited
was
when
sitting
he
there
changed
going,
his
I
answer.
wonder if I
Yep.
should Miller High Life. Is that a different beer? Is that just the slogan? I don't know.
There is a Miller High. Okay, go ahead. Next question.
All right, next question. Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go.
I got that point.
Yeah, work me through your point system someday. Here we go. Aaron
It's-
Schachter.
She doesn't get a point for that.
I knew it.
But after you got it wrong.
We surveyed 100 Jacksonville Jaguars fans.
They weren't in the UK. Ask
That's
Michelle.
right.
We did not go to the UK to ask.
No,
these
apparently
fans.
not. You wouldn't have found any.
Name something that Jags GM Trent Baalke can't do.
Ooh.
Aaron Schachter.
Well, in 2024, Trent Baalke can't lose.
Good answer. Good
Walk me through that one, though.
Well, everything he's done this offseason has turned to gold for him. He's got extensions for Josh Allen and for Trevor Lawrence. He's brought in some great players here.
Okay.
Everything's coming up Trent right now.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Can't lose. Aaron Schachter.
Nice.
We also would have taken Listen to the Haters, but it was the same family.
Same deal.
Same family.
It's not a winning streak.
So are we tied? I didn't realize if you guys.
No, she got no points.
You sure? Because yesterday you gave her the chance to amend.
Well, I was crushing her. I felt bad.
Okay. 1-0, Aaron Schachter. Going to Michelle Thibodeau. We're back to Michelle Thibodeau.
Okay.
Here we go.
Did you like that cookie I brought you today?
Oh, a little bribery.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
That means you're scrolling looking for a question.
Yeah, because I clearly am trying to
give you some,
here we go.
Looking music or something.
Yeah, I know. We spoke to 100 people.
Mm-hmm.
We asked them this one question right here.
It was, Mayor, how you feeling? No? Okay.
What's the number one quality of a bad boss?
Ooh.
Micromanagement.
Oh.
Good answer.
Good
answer.
Good answer.
Okay. That's it. All right.
Listen.
Usually we have a back and forth.
Can I just say something?
That is. You ask.
Have you had a bad boss?
Can I take down the fourth wall here, Brian?
Yeah.
You have to give her this answer correctly, because if it comes to me for the steal, it's going to get messy.
I tell you what, Michelle,
What?
in a first ever twist of fate, we're going to hold your answer to see if it's right. And I just want to know just trust me on this.
I know, me too. No,
trust
I want to know
Listen,
too.
Aaron
Go ahead.
Schachter.
I want to hear the messy.
I want to do this. I want to be a good person.
Michelle, you getting this point no matter what's the top answer.
No,
okay?
That is the top answer. I'm telling you it is. You can ask anybody. I'll do my own survey, and I'm telling you that's what people say.
Listen, I shouldn't have said anything because I'm not willing to say the mean thing I was going to say. So,
micromanagement.
Survey says.
Yep.
It is actually micromanagement.
And not eye patch fashion. What?
I still want to know what Aaron was going to say.
Yeah, so do I.
In eye patch fashion. You a messy individual. You a messy individual.
Wow.
Aaron Schachter, we surveyed 100 Aaron Schachter Show listeners.
You had to ask a few of them 3 or 4 times then.
You know what I mean?
Go to the UK.
It didn't go to the UK for that either. You're right, Michelle.
I mean, there could be some in the UK. You don't know.
Oh, we spoke to them, these 100 listeners who watched the first ever installment of our 1980s TV show theme song game.
That was great. We had so much fun yesterday.
We asked them this one question right here. What TV theme song is a favorite of News Queen Michelle Thibodeau, seeing as she wrongly guessed it to be the answer multiple times?
Yeah. There are actually 2 answers to this question. I'll give you both.
Okay.
Mork and Mindy and Growing Pains.
Let's see.
Good answer.
Good
answer.
How'd you come to those conclusions, Aaron?
Well, it was probably when I heard Michelle say it 80,000 times
It was
yesterday.
about 80.
And
it was
then
about 80,000.
again today a couple more times.
Oh, boy. Let's see. Top answer?
Show me that smile. Don't waste
Aaron Schachter. Oh, you can sing it?
You got to do the ooh.
You know what? I just thought
This
of
is Brian's
something.
part.
I think there are Jags fans in the UK.
Why are there Jags fans in the UK?
Because I think they have sports talk radio over there. Because one time I went to lunch with Rick Ballou, and he's like, "Okay, at 1 o'clock we got to get in my truck because I got to do this interview with this guy from London." And
you were in the UK? You got in his truck?
No, we were in Jacksonville, but he had to do an interview with somebody at the UK on a radio station because the Jags were going over to London to play, so they were going to talk about the Jags. So Rick had to get on like an interview call. So he's like, "We got to get my truck at 1 o'clock because I got to do this call or whatever with this guy." And he was like making fun. He was kind of like making fun, like saying like, "Oh, matey," or "cheerio" and stuff like that.
That was
like,
great.
He was,
a riveting story. Well done.
Anyway, so that just made me realize I guess there are Jags fans in the UK.
Michelle Thibodeau, don't ever change. You hear me? We spoke to 100 men.
Show me that smile.
And we asked them, what would you do if a woman took you out on a date to Chuck E. Cheese? 100 men. We asked them that question. If a woman took you out on a date to Chuck E. Cheese.
It's a weird question.
It is.
What would they do?
Yeah, what would they do? What would be their response?
Their response would be like, why are we going here? If they're
Good answer.
There were no kids
Good
answer.
Good answer.
Question the decision.
Okay.
Good answer. Good
These are things
answer.
you would do too,
Good
right?
answer.
Would you do that?
I mean, if I'd be like, why are we at Chuck E. Cheese?
You wouldn't just enjoy the pizza.
No. They.
Good answer.
Okay.
Good
answer.
Good answer.
Let's go to the board. Question the decision making.
Really, Brian?
Listen, you're going to make a comeback, hopefully. All right.
The best is ready to begin.
All right.
Aaron Schachter.
Ooh.
You're a man.
That was your part.
He's not stealing this. I want to know what the answer is. He's not ready to steal this. He doesn't know.
You're a man.
Is that
Aaron.
confirmed?
100 men being knocked out on a date by a woman.
Yep.
And the woman's taking this man
to Chuck E. Cheese.
To Chuck E. Cheese. What would be their response? What would they do?
I think
Give me the top answer.
I think they're going. I think they're getting pizza at Chuck E. Cheese.
I didn't say they weren't getting pizza, but I think they're going to question the decision too.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, you had a little bit of disdain.
You know,
in your
usually
voice,
these
Thibodeau.
questions have like a thing behind them, or like there's a reason you've asked people this. I'm really confused by this question.
What do you mean? It's just a survey says question.
Are you going on a date to Chuck E. Cheese or something?
You never know, but
good answer.
Good convoluted response. What did you say again? You said
I said they're gonna they'd order some pizza or something. Watch some animatronic mouse.
Here we go. Animatronic.
You don't even know where you are.
Animatronic. You know what? You know what?
Oh,
Pizza
I got that one.
An animatronic mouse. Okay.
Doesn't it feel like he's giving it to me, Michelle?
Oh, yeah, I'm not giving it to him.
I
What's
didn't
the
say
score?
they weren't getting pizza. I just said you said, what are they going to do? I'm like, well, they're definitely going to question the decision. If not out loud, then at least in their head. I mean, if there's no kids involved, nobody's bringing their kids, and why would two adults go to Chuck E. Cheese? But I don't know.
Well, probably because you could have a date for two at Chuck E. Cheese for like $3. It's the woman bringing the man. You're ucking the woman.
I know. Well, I mean, she's cheap too then. Bad for her. I mean,
Not everyone can earn the kind of salary Michelle Thibodeau earns.
It started off rough. But we're smoothing this out right now.
Okay. If you insist.
Aaron Schachter, we spoke to 100 defenders of Bill Belichick's relationship to his 24-year-old girlfriend.
Are they all 72-year-old men?
We asked them this question right here. At what age do women find men most attractive? Looks, finances, status, all that coming together. You know what I mean?
All right.
At what age, and this is based off of a Harvard study.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
just want to make sure.
I like this.
I know sometimes you follow up.
Right.
I don't want to.
Did you really?
I legitimately looked this one. This is
all
a
right,
real question.
because that'll change my answer. Okay.
This is a real question.
All right. I'm going to go with age 37. 37. You're out of your 20s, so theoretically you're earning some like adult style money at 37, right? You're able to support yourself. You're old enough to be mature. You're not like getting into kids stuff. You're not getting into fights when you go to bars and stuff like that. You're not racing your car down Racetrack Road or wherever. You're just straight away somewhere.
Okay, I like that.
But you're not Belichick old. You're still young enough to have a body on you if you're a dude, right?
Use that man as an adjective, man.
You haven't
He's
lost
Belichick old.
You haven't lost all your hair yet. You haven't
Good
even
answer.
really
Good
turned too
answer.
gray.
Good answer.
I'm in. 37.
37. This is a tough one because, you know, there's so many numbers that people can usually live to. 37.
That's a weird way to say that. Aw.
I will say you were close, though.
Oh.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Do you need to hear the question again,
Nope.
Thibodeau?
I'm going to say 35.
This is Price is Right
I was
style?
going to go with
Yeah, that's why I said it's a tough one.
I was going to
Good
go with
answer.
40, but it's a little hard. All right, I'm going to go with 35.
Good one. Same reasoning as Aaron? You're old enough to
Why younger?
have some
Why
bread?
not go older? Why younger than 37?
It's hard because I would like to go 40. I would like to say 40, but I mean, it just
That's a
depends on
personal
what,
preference to you.
I mean,
think.
it would depend on how old the woman is, though.
Well, also by 40, if men who have male pattern baldness in their family are usually well underway to losing their hair.
It doesn't matter. There's a lot of good-looking guys with no hair.
No. There's a lot of good-looking guys who shave their head when they start losing hair.
Yeah, so they have no hair. So there's a lot of good-looking guys with no hair, whether they shave it or they don't. There's still good-looking guys.
Not
that are bald.
everyone shaves it when they start losing it.
Well, okay. All right, I'm gonna go 35. It's
Good answer. Good
answer.
Good answer.
The whole true for you too, Thibodeau? Are you a part of the average woman? 35. That's it.
I mean,
she likes it a little older. She said.
I mean, now I do because I am 35 would be too young for me.
Are you saying you're on the market, Michelle?
No, I'm just saying 35 would be too young for me.
Sounded like a yes to me. Okay.
But I mean, I remember being 30. Like I have a 5-year limit. Like I don't go above 5.
Is it hard to remember being 30, or is it easy to remember being 30?
Oh boy!
All right,
go
ahead.
35.
Give me an idea. What is it, Brian?
The top answer is 39.9. I rounded up to 40.
Wow.
I rounded up to 40. It is 40.
That's older than I expected.
Yeah.
Did it give any reasonings? Did you read the study, or you just got the number?
Yeah, I got the number. I skimmed it, but it was basically like you were saying, Aaron.
Yeah, you're old enough to be serious.
Mature.
Yeah.
You've got most of your stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
The finances are usually there. The status is usually there, even if you're still building yourself and you're not too
You know what they call that?
Belichick
Yeah,
old.
we're too young at
They call it the
35.
age of
They're not quite there
upgrade,
yet.
not the age of acquisition.
Mm-hmm.
When you're young, it's the age that you're acquiring your first apartment, your first house, your first car. But when you're 40, it's like, oh, well, now I'm going from the 35-inch TV to the 55-inch TV.
Mm-hmm.
Flying the big jets.
Oh.
What one more time. What's the score? It's like 2-1, right?
Yeah.
Or 2-2? You got the first one. Are we tied up?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I think we're tied up. So, hey, listen, guys, because we're 26 minutes in, we're going to the tiebreaker.
All right.
Okay.
This is where you blurt it out.
Okay.
Okay?
Blurt out the answer.
You blurt out the answer as soon as you think you know it.
All right.
You spoke to 100 people with tongues. You asked them, what is your favorite thing to lick?
Ice cream.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
Ice cream is the answer. Wow.
I won. I didn't say the other part, Aaron.
Yeah, I know.
What is the other part? The other part too.
Can't say it. I don't want it. No.
You can't say what?
Oh.
I can't say it.
Okay. Talk your talk real quick, Thibodeau, before we go to a break. You won.
I know.
Let Aaron know.
Aaron, I won.
Okay.
Capital Grill.
Eventually. It's across from season 52. I found that out, Aaron.
Yeah,
I told you that.
I'm not taking anybody Capital Grill.
You
not
You
order
don't
to
have
go.
to take me. I'll take a gift card. Me and Brian will go.
Order to go.
All right.
Love it.
I'll get you guys a gift card for Capital Grill.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Crab legs. Only $90 a pound.
So that gift card better be right.
You know what I mean?
You have to let you.
That's a very gifty gift
I
card.
need 2 pounds.
Mm-hmm. And that's just the appetizer. It's the Aaron Schachter Show. When we come back, I've got a wild story about Jeremy Renner, which seems anticlimactic at this point. A couple of minutes on ESPN 690.
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
Partly sunny, hot and humid today with a few afternoon and evening thunderstorms. It'll be heavy in spots, highs in the mid-90s, dropping to the mid-70s tonight. Partly sunny, hot and humid tomorrow with scattered midday and afternoon thunderstorms, highs around 95. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. Join me today beginning at 5 p.m. on CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beards Diamonds. 0% financing for 5 years is back for a limited time at Beards Diamonds.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
Main office, Jacksonville.
Are you a real estate investor or have considered investing and want to know where you can put your money that offers solid returns and protects against market volatility? It's Rich Jones. I want to introduce you to DLP Capital. CEO and founder Don Renner.
For more than a decade, DLP Capital has delighted our investors with consistent double-digit returns. Through the smart, conservative real estate investment strategy our company is built on, we have been able to achieve this with monthly distributions and tax shelters so our investors can keep more of their returns.
Dial **invest on your cell phone or visit highyieldreturns.com QCReturns.net.
If you have those achy joints, you can change your life with a phone call to QC Kinetics and get a free consultation. 904-274-5522. This is the future of medicine. Tens of thousands of QC Kinetics patients around the country are living their best life this year because they made the call. 904-274-5522. It's a free consultation. Revolutionary treatments for joint pain are here in Jacksonville with locations in Mandarin and in Ponte Vedra as well. QC's regenerative medicine protocols can restore and repair that damaged tissue. No surgery, no steroids, no drugs, no downtime. Enjoy life. Get rid of those achy joints, those knees, hips, back, shoulders. Make them feel better by giving QC Kinetics a call at 904-274-5522. QC medical professionals are under the direction of Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup. He was an orthopedic surgeon who became a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. He knew there had to be a better way, and there is, by giving QC Kinetics a call at 904-274-5522.
Hi, it's me, your plumber, with important information for anyone interested in safe, soft, filtered water. Don't drink bottled water. Get advice from someone you trust, buy a water filter, and don't call those high-priced water guys. Instead, call me, your plumber. I recommend Safety Zone water systems, so you get top-quality equipment, affordable prices, and you'll save money too. Safety Zone is your #1 choice considering price, performance, and reliability.
Safety Zone Water is the single-source water treatment supplier for the plumbing industry. Our distributor is Nolan Company Jacksonville, the leading plumbing wholesaler for water treatment in Northeast Florida. For sales and service, contact your local plumber or visit us at safetyzonewater.com.
Safety Zone Water.
The #1 water brand recommended by plumbers.
Hey, Jacksonville Koozies! It's me, Soccer Sam, for Salvatore's Pizza. Rochester, New York's favorite pizza is now open in Jacksonville, Florida, Tapestry Park at the Loft Hotel Plaza. Daily $10 deals, dine in with beer and wine, and delivery at salvatores.com. The famous Formoso family brings Salvatore's Pizza, Rochester's favorite pizza, including our 32-piece sheet pizza for your next event. Do it with me, baby. Salvatores.com.
Bold City AC, keeping you cool.
Feeling the heat, Jacksonville? Cool down with Bold City Heating and Air. From repairs to energy-efficient installs, we do it all. Family owned and trusted since 2016. Call Bold City Heating and Air today.
When it comes to my lifestyle and diet, I don't always make the smartest choices.
Touchdown! Woo! Hey, how about another round and some more chips?
But when it comes to taking care of my liver, I do make one very smart choice. Active liver tablets from New Nordic. I used to have real issues with my liver, and at my last checkup, my doc was concerned about my numbers. But since adding a once-a-day active liver tablet, my gut's better, I feel great, and my doctor's happy. I ask a lot of my liver, so the least I can do to say thanks is a daily dose of Active Liver.
You ask a lot of your liver, so give it the support it needs with Active Liver. You can find Active Liver at Amazon.com or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS. Or for a volume discount, visit NewNordicUSA.com. Go to new, NORDICUSA.com, Amazon, or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS.
Welcome back to the Aaron Schachter Show.
Yo, I'm telling you, the Patreon for the break.
Michelle, just talking, we had a difference of opinion talking about one of your questions from the last segment.
Oh, okay.
You were talking about the best age. What was it? It was women find attractive.
Yeah, they find men most attractive.
Michelle said something to me that I found surprising. She said 5-year difference is too much. I said the difference between 35 and 40 is not the same thing as like
no, it's a cutoff. 5 years is the cutoff.
You
if
talk.
It's more than
fine.
That.
That's fine. The difference between 35 and 40
Get it right.
is not the difference that is between like a 20 and 25 to me. To me, I think it's less of a difference. But Michelle was very specific, so we were just kind of unpacking that a little bit. But it's off topic as to what I want to talk about now. Which, by the way, once again, shout out to the dude from Firehouse. He was very nice to me yesterday. I just want to make sure he hears it. Maybe I can get a discount next time.
Oh, my God. He needs a discount at 5.
You know what? Oh.
Yo, that's wild,
Blasted
man.
my
For
bank
a $3
account.
mac and
What?
cheese.
It's actually 4 and change, all right, inflation.
Okay.
But Here's the thing. I don't even need the discount. They treated me right yesterday because normally you put in an order online and it takes like 20 to 30 minutes, sometimes more.
They hopped right on it?
That's what my receipt said. But the second I got in there, they kind of served it up to me. I was like, oh, this is what it's like.
Aaron Schachter, the Aaron Schachter Show.
This is what it's like to be on the other side.
Don't you know who I am?
Exactly.
You're only a couple of car drives away from that.
Brian, you're on this roller coaster with me, man. Now you can get your mac and cheese served up to you very quickly as well.
They didn't say, hey, aren't you Aaron Schachter, the guy who has Brian as your EP?
Why would they? No.
Exactly. We're not on the same roller coaster.
Well, clearly, they listen to the show. You're just a part of it as I am.
If I walked into that Firehouse Sub, they'd be like 25 to 35 minutes, sir. So,
they'd be, no, it's Shabuzi.
Yeah, see? Let me play that then.
Shabuzi.
Let me get that.
She's obsessed.
I love that song.
Okay. Anyway, I want to tell you guys about this Jeremy Renner thing. Are you familiar with what happened to Jeremy Renner?
Mm-hmm. Great actor.
But did you hear about the accident from a while back?
Yeah, bad stuff.
Michelle, are you on board? Do you know?
I may have known and forgot.
So basically, to refresh your memory, it was snowing wherever Jeremy Renner lives, like a significant amount of snow. And because he's a rich guy, rich boys like their toys, he's got like a snow pusher plow thing where it's like it's smaller than a car, but it's heavy. And the wheels aren't like ATV wheels, it's almost like tank wheels. You know how tanks have 4 wheels and then a large tread that kind of goes over it?
Right.
And it all moves forward simultaneously.
Okay.
This is what the snowplow had as well. And so Jeremy Renner working on the driveway with his nephew or something, and he ended up getting stuck under this thing. It ran over him, and he almost died. Like legit almost died. Got rushed to the hospital. They didn't know if he'd ever walk again, much less speak, think, act. And he's made the full recovery. Like, I don't know what issues he still has. I think he still walks with a limp based on this TV show I'm watching. But, I mean, it seems like he made it all the way back.
Wow.
And then he gave this interview to Men's Health, very specifically describing the experience that happened that day. I want you guys to listen to this thing. It is absolutely wild to me. So he's talking to his nephew. While he's talking to his nephew, the snowplow starts to move forward. So Renner, making a snap judgment, very quick, tries to jump on top of this thing to throw it back into the park gear, and it ends up pulling him under, and then the tank starts moving forward, right? And he calls it undulating when the wheels are moving and the tread is moving. And so here's his quote. I remember my head cracking on the thing, and it's just pressing on me, and it felt exactly like you think it would feel. An immovable object, the road that he's laying on, and the crushing force, the snow tank, that's driving over his head. He said, something's got to give, but thank God my skull didn't fully give. But this thing kept going. Undulate, 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 undulate. Cheekbone breaks. My eye socket breaks. And then from the crushing of getting run over by the machine, my eye bulges out. Jeremy Renner is conscious while this is happening. He says, I can see my left eyeball with my right eyeball. Laying under this thing, getting his head crushed, he can see his eye coming out of his head.
What do you mean by that?
He said, I was screaming for a breath. I needed to shove all of my energy of air out just so I could suck air back in, but there was no breathing happening. It was a muscle I had to use to press, and it's hard to use your stomach muscles when you have 14 broken ribs and a popped lung. He didn't know that he had 14 broken ribs and a popped lung at this time. He just needed to get some air. So mentally, he says, I'm going through the checklist of my body. I'm figuring everything out in these seconds. The first 5 minutes were about, how am I going to breathe? Then after maybe 10 minutes, my neighbors are there. They're calling 911. I got my nephew to hold my arm in a position where, because apparently my ribs are jabbing me and poking my lung. Mind you, my leg, which he hasn't even discussed yet, was twisted up like a pretzel and broken.
This is, okay.
He goes, I didn't even feel that. I didn't even feel it. I'm thinking, oh no, that's going to hurt later. Oh, that's my eyeball. That's kind of weird. I'm like, I wonder if this breathing trouble is just a cramp. Let me just get this breathing thing right, and then I can go tell the family that we're not going skiing today. Hey, Jeremy, if your eye is falling out of your head, chances are you're not going skiing today. That's not a thing you're doing. Jeremy continues. But then I started getting really tired. My heart rate is getting lower, and then lower, and then lower. He goes, whoa, this is just exhaustive breathing for 45 minutes. But with the exhaustion, there was almost peace. The EMTs arrived, and I thought to myself, I have to give my body up to them because I'm cooked. I'm not getting up. These aren't just cramps. I'm not going to go walk down the driveway to see my family. At this point, Renner starts to break down in tears a little bit. He goes, I'm not going to take my daughter skiing today or all the kids that were up there waiting for me. I can't kid myself anymore. I got to give it up and just focus on breathing. Focus on breathing.
This is awful.
Awful. Could you imagine? Renner's neighbor who called 911 watched the EMTs working. There was all kinds of blood on the snow and under Renner's body. The man could see Renner trying to breathe. He's wheezing and moaning, slower and slower, and then not seeming to breathe at all. The one eye that was still in his head closed. That was then. The man told Renner later, you went away. They thought he passed.
Yeah, run over by a tank.
He remembers only shards of the next hours and days, fragments of the helicopter ride, switching from one room in the ICU to another, hearing words like life support. 6 days after the first ICU, 6 days in the next. What a disaster. Showering, going to the bathroom, everything was a disaster. They give you medications so you don't go to the bathroom. You end up getting constipated. You have to go in a jar when you got to go number one. It was awful, he said. That's when you know things aren't going great, when you're going to the bathroom in a jug. It took me 17 minutes to get out of bed when I wanted to get out of bed. I was happy just to sit up sometimes, push myself into a chair just to move a little bit. But a shower? Everything took like half a day. I couldn't get anything wet. Your hair gets super greasy and gross and you stink, but I had all these staples that I couldn't get wet, and I wasn't going to risk infection. So I had to have sponge baths for a long time. 6 broken ribs in 14 places. 3 breaks in the lower pelvis. 1/2 a break in his femur. Displaced distal femur, 3 screws in his right knee. His right ankle was broken. 2 long screws put in the foot for walking. Left leg tibia was broken. 1 rod put in the leg. Left ankle broken. 1 to 2 screws in an ankle for walking. His right clavicle was broken. Right shoulder blade was cracked.
Okay.
His eye socket, his jaw, his mandible, all broken. 3 breaks, rubber bands, and only soft foods for months. His left hand was broken. A fracture is slight. The splint was needed. Option for surgery was declined by Jeremy. His doctor agreed with the choice if he wanted to let himself heal that way. Left wrist fractured. Left toes, 3 breaks. 2 middle toes and 1 left side of the foot cracked. But wait, there's more. His lung collapsed. His liver was pierced from one of the ribs. His head had a major laceration. His eardrum was injured. He couldn't hear out of his right ear. His right knee had major strain, unknown extent at the time. And then obviously the eye, contusion and impact to the left eye. Wild to me, this man not only survived this, he's working today. He's working today. If you have Paramount Plus, you could turn on Mayor of Kingstown. Shout out to Mayor of Kingstown. It's one of my favorite shows now. Jeremy Renner looks like none of this even happened. How's that a thing? How's that a thing?
It's good doctors, I guess.
Like,
I mean,
I'm not a religious person, but you see something like this and you go, somebody's watching out for Jeremy Renner. Not
the whole
just
thing just makes me very anxious when you list all that stuff. It's very stress-inducing.
Yeah, well, yeah. Me too. I'm reading, I'm feeling all kinds of weird sympathy pains. I'm sitting here thinking 2 things. First of all, number 1, that sounds horrific. I mean, frightening. But number two, how resilient is a human being? You go through all that. That man's working today. You can't tell he went through that. You watch those videos. But oh my God, frightening. You talk about anxiety and anxiousness, Michelle. I was on the way back from the Outer Banks the other night. And to get back from the Outer Banks, you drive over a lot of water, right? Long bridges. It's similar to the Keys in that respect. And so I'm driving over this bridge in the middle of the night with my kids asleep in the back, and I start having real intrusive anxiety thoughts. Like, if this bridge were to collapse, I got to get them all out. How do I do that before the car sinks? What do you do first? Who do you grab first? I almost gave myself a panic attack in the middle of the night. It was wild. But
Yeah, that's some anxiety you got going on there too. You should look into that. Like, why do you do that to yourself?
I
Why don't you
appreciate
just put
that,
on
Michelle.
some
Thank you.
music
No,
and
I
just,
should have done
enjoy
that.
the ride.
You're right. You're probably right. I was raw dog in the car ride. What do you want from me?
Hey, who did you grab first?
In the scenario?
Yeah, who did you grab first?
Whoever was close to me. I think my oldest daughter in the front seat, I'm turning to her saying, grab the youngest who's like the closest to her arms.
She's like, Pop, grab me.
And I'm grabbing the middle.
I got you.
And then I'm grabbing all three of them and we're going up.
So you've thought it through. You went all the way,
Well, you
right?
want to really hear psycho because my wife's a little crazy about it too. She actually bought us these window breakers.
Oh man, I keep
you
meaning to
have
get
seen
one.
that, yep.
Every time I drive over to Danes Point.
It's actually a two tool thing. It breaks a window and also slices a seatbelt.
Oh man, I gotta get one of those.
But honestly, if your car's going off the bridge, you're not thinking about any of that stuff.
Unless you're prepared. Unless you're prepared for that. You go through that mentally. You'd be surprised what you're ready for.
I'm going to give myself an anxiety attack just talking about it all over again.
It's making me nervous.
Aside from the fact that you got to grab your kids, you're wearing all your clothing. You can't. It's not easy to like swim up to the top of the surface when you've fallen 15 under the water. You're trying to round up your kids.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron, not to interrupt, but Michelle, you remember how happy you were when you won Survey Says just a block ago?
Uh-huh.
I'm glad we were able to balance that out. Holy smokes, this was a heavy block right here.
I know,
This was a bummer.
heavy. This is.
I don't know. Here's what it is, man. I was reading this article in my office today, and I'm like, I can't be the only one who's made to feel like this.
Yeah.
I got to bring everybody else in on this.
You're right, though. And it's impressive the perseverance shown there.
Could you imagine hearing your skull crack going, well,
No, and I don't
not
want
happening
to.
today.
I don't want to think about
Michelle's
my
never coming
skull
back.
cracking and my eyeball coming out, and my
And-
liver being lacerated, and 3 pelvis breaks, and a femur. Like, I don't want to think about it. I've broken my ankle before. It's not fun. I can't imagine breaking it in 3
Are you
places.
really comparing breaking
Oh,
your
boy.
ankle to
No,
what I just
but
read?
I mean, I'm
Oh,
just
man.
saying that. I mean, it just sounds terrible. Like, I don't want to like reminisce.
Guys, when we come back on the Aaron Schachter Show, we will hear the tragic story of Michelle Thibodeau breaking her ankle.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. Since 1928, the thing that set us apart have been the standards of excellence we set for our diamonds and jewelry. When it comes to diamonds, we have grading standards we've set for our diamonds that are constant and don't move, unless science and gemology dictate a change for the better for the customer. That's what happened in 1995 when the American Gem Society opened a diamond grading laboratory that graded round diamonds for the quality of their cut. So we started sending our diamonds to the laboratory for grading reports. Then again, when optical scientists determined a better way to both cut and grade diamonds based on scientifically proven light performance of the diamond, we adopted these scientifically proven standards for cut grading diamonds because we know at Underwoods it's what a diamond does with light that makes it beautiful. These standards of excellence really mean something. So come see us at Underwoods in San Marco, Avondale, and the Shops of Ponte Vedra.
Meet Dennis, talking about his experience with BioTarget regenerative therapy at injury care centers.
My first treatment, I actually felt a great improvement. It actually allowed me to dress myself by increasing the range of motion in my shoulder. I did physical therapy for approximately 8 weeks, and it did not help in increasing the range of motion in my shoulder. I've told many people about the results that I had. I thought it was incredible. I'm very active. I do play a lot of golf. I fish a lot. I hunt. I bowl, and it just made it a lot easier with less pain. The pain was more manageable, yes. I don't take medications.
Stop masking your pain with harmful medications. There's a better solution. BioTarget Regenerative Therapy has helped countless others, and it can help you too. Call 904-92-REGEN or visit GoBioTarget.com today.
Hi, it's me, your plumber, with important information for anyone interested in safe, soft, filtered water. Don't drink bottled water. Get advice from someone you trust, buy a water filter, and don't call those high-priced water guys. Instead, call me, your plumber. I recommend Safety Zone water systems, so you get top-quality equipment, affordable prices, and you'll save money too. Safety Zone is your #1 choice considering price, performance, and reliability.
Safety Zone Water is the single source water treatment supplier for the plumbing industry. Our distributor is Nolan Company Jacksonville, the leading plumbing wholesaler for water treatment in Northeast Florida. For sales and service, contact your local plumber or visit us at safetyzonewater.com.
Safety Zone Water.
The #1 water brand recommended by plumbers.
Hey, Jacksonville Koozies, it's me, Soccer Sam, for Salvatore's Pizza. Rochester, New York's favorite pizza is now open in Jacksonville, Florida, Tapestry Park at the Loft Hotel Plaza. Daily $10 deals, dine in with beer and wine, and delivery at salvatores.com. The famous Formoso family brings Salvatore's Pizza, Rochester's favorite pizza, including our 32-piece sheet pizza for your next event. Do it with me, baby. Salvatores.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Schachter Show, 904-362-9901, although just a few minutes before we end it, I wonder if South Bank Gary is doing okay. We haven't heard from him all week. You think he's okay?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Right? Maybe he's doing the whole new summer, new you thing. You never know. People disappear, they come back, they look all different, get the makeover. Maybe South Bank Gary is getting the glow up.
Do you miss Gary?
Sounds like a little bit.
Yes. Okay.
Listen, I told you, I like conflict. And so I embrace people who embrace the conflict with me. South Bank Gary is one of those guys. What? I like it.
Okay, the amendment to his name, you like it?
I like it. Rich named him, Radio Rich.
He did change it, didn't he?
He's a South Bank Gary.
Okay.
I tried to push back. He was like, no, that's not what we're doing.
All right.
That's not what we're doing here. Michelle Thibodeau is taking off a few days, trying to find her new man.
Him not,
We're
but
proud of
I
you,
am
Michelle.
taking off a couple days. Yep.
Why can't you have better work ethic like me and Brian?
Okay, I'm not taking a week off.
That sounds like an attack.
A little bit. You taking a week off, Brian?
No, but you did take off a lot of time.
I did take off
week.
a couple of days. I took 2 days.
Last week.
2 days.
You count the company holiday. You took off like
one's a company holiday. I'm
Okay, so
allowed
it was
to
3
take
days
it.
total.
I was paying tribute
Okay.
Oh, yeah, how did you celebrate that?
with like a heavy head. Yeah, I was paying tribute.
Are you supposed to barbecue?
Whoa, what we should do is move on. I'm trying to look
What?
out for
You
everybody.
barbecue next
I'm trying to
week
look out
on
for
4th of
everybody.
July?
I'm with you,
I mean, summer is a time for barbecue, so I'm thinking, are you supposed to barbecue because you're supposed to cook
barbecue because it's summer?
Yeah, like 4th of July, Juneteenth, you barbecue. You should barbecue. Memorial Day, you should barbecue, and then 4th of July barbecue. So are you supposed to barbecue on Juneteenth?
I don't see why not.
It's just a trend.
Why can't you enjoy the nice weather, the almost start of summer, with a nice rib, sauced rib?
I would like a rib.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll do that.
And cornbread and biscuits. I'm hungry.
Cornbread and biscuits?
Uh-huh.
All right.
I like a little variety.
Like Jiffy cornbread or like?
I don't care.
Hot water corn. Okay. I got a place to tell you to go to get some great cornbread.
I like the sweet cornbread.
Is it safe to come back yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, your name's on the show. You can walk. You can walk out the frame all you want.
Wrong.
Oh boy.
Doesn't matter where I go at this point, right?
This is great.
Is it?
I really enjoy doing this with both of you guys.
Because I feel like as fun as yesterday was, today was a little bit toxic.
I miss you. I'll miss y'all for the next couple days. And then I know there's going to be another girl in my seat.
Speaking of which, I guess we can tease that. Friday, we're expecting a wonderful guest.
Yeah, we are.
By the name of Annie Letterman, who will be at the Comedy Zone this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Go get your tickets.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be in studio. That'll be a fun show.
Yeah, it will.
Who knows what we're doing tomorrow? I guess you got to tune in and find out. ESPN690.com for the podcast, as well as wherever else you download the podcast. Had a great time. See you guys tomorrow.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Have you seen your financial freedom wiped out by stock market volatility? It's Rich Jones. Consider investing in real estate funds from DLP Capital. Don Renner is CEO and founder.
DLP Capital has provided our investors with consistent double-digit returns by investing in cash-flowing residential real estate. For more than a decade, we have had zero losses, little volatility, and have shot above our return targets in all of our investment funds. Plus, we offer monthly distributions and tax shelter opportunities.
To get your investor's guide and learn more, dial **invest on your cell phone or visit highyieldreturns.net.
Ammon here with Zero Res. After a long day's work, my family and I love to sit on our favorite sofa and recliners and watch a good TV show. It kind of helps us wind down for the day. We usually pass around some fresh popcorn too. That's why we need to bring home the Zero Res truck and get that furniture looking great again.
For the month of June, Zero Res is offering 25% off all upholstery cleaning. That's 25% off a sectional, 25% off a sofa, 25% off a love seat, and 25% off your favorite recliner. Zero Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. Can you fly, Snyder-Man?
I wish.
Do you have super strength?
Above average for my age.
X-ray vision?
Nah.
Then what makes you a superhero?
Our AC is out.
Duty calls, kids.
Snyderman saves the day with affordable preventative care plans that keep systems operating at peak efficiency all year long. Get your preferred customer plan at SnyderAC.com today.
You're my hero, Snyderman. CAC 1813307.
Ready to drive away with a fortune? Join us at Best Bet St. Augustine for our Fairways to Fortune giveaway. Over $30,000 in prizes are up for grabs, including a top-of-the-line 6-seater golf cart. Join us July 27th at Best Bet St. Augustine for the big giveaway and hourly cash drawings. Come play and win big at Best Bet St. Augustine, located on State Road 207, seconds away from the I-95 exit. Visit bestbetjacks.com for details. That's bestbetjacks.com, and we'll see you in St. Augustine.
Life always has its challenges, but if you feel hopeless or suicidal, you don't have to face it alone.
I'm Dr. Christine Caulfield, CEO of LSF Health Systems, and our free Link to Life program can help. We'll connect you with a care coordinator who will work with you to build better tomorrows. Please take suicide off the table. For more information, visit lsfhealthsystems.org or call 988 if you are in crisis.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-363-4122 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-363-4122. That's 800-363-4122. What do you have to lose? Call 800-363-4122. Again, 800